The alien armada moved like a shadow across the stars, hundreds of warships converging on the system with confident precision. They were the pride of their empire, massive cruisers, sleek destroyers, and colossal dreadnoughts, all perfectly coordinated to overwhelm any resistance. Civilians had been evacuated, orbital defenses silently dismantled, and the galaxy's observers held their breath, expecting humanity to crumble. But Earth had other plans. Deep within a hidden dock orbiting a gas giant, the prototype human warship Dauntless powered up. Its sleek hull shimmered under the station's lights, weapons arrays humming with barely contained energy. This was no ordinary ship. It was the culmination of decades of advanced human engineering, tactical AI, and weaponry designed to face fleets 10 times its size. One ship, one human crew. Enough to make the galaxy tremble. Captain Alara Vance stood on the bridge, her gaze steady as she surveyed the system. "Sensors online," she said. "Weapons ready. Shields at maximum. Let them come." Lieutenant Jaren Kor, scanning the alien fleet's approach vectors, glanced at her. "They have numbers. They have firepower. But they don't understand us." Alara nodded. "And they will learn. Today, the galaxy will see what a human warship can do." The alien commanders were blissfully unaware. On board the flagship Imperius, Admiral Krell barked orders. "The humans are nothing. Send forward the vanguard. They will be crushed." The first wave of cruisers entered the system, confident, precise, and utterly unprepared. Dauntless activated its stealth protocols, slipping through sensor grids like a shadow. Then, with a single salvo from its railguns, it tore through the lead cruiser. The explosion was massive, a flash that illuminated nearby vessels. Chaos rippled instantly. Alien ships collided in panic as formation commands lagged and failed. Tactical AI scrambled to compensate, but every human maneuver had anticipated their patterns. The vanguard was destroyed before reinforcements could react. "Report," Alara commanded. "Initial strike complete," Jaren replied. "No human casualties. Enemy formation destabilized. Morale will drop within minutes." The alien fleets faltered, unsure of what had hit them. Orders contradicted each other. Some ships tried to retreat, while others attempted counterattacks that were immediately neutralized by the human warship's precise long-range fire. From the bridge of Dauntless, Alara's voice was calm, almost serene. "They sent hundreds. One human ship will remind them why they never underestimate us." The galaxy's sensors picked up the unfolding battle. Reports streamed across Allied and neutral systems alike. One human warship, invisible until it struck, had shattered the first line of the Empire's proudest fleet. Panic spread like wildfire across command channels. Admiral Krell screamed into his comms, voice cracking with disbelief. How can one ship do this? One human, one ship." Alara watched the sensors, calculating her next moves. This was only the beginning. One human warship could not just survive. It could teach the galaxy a lesson that would echo across the stars. And as the alien fleet hesitated, broken and fearful, the human warship Dauntless prepared to strike again. The moment humanity revealed its power, the galaxy realized a terrifying truth. Numbers alone meant nothing when faced with human ingenuity, skill, and relentless courage. The alien fleet scrambled to regroup, but confusion had already set in. Hundreds of warships, once a symbol of unassailable power, now moved in disarray. Orders contradicted one another, and panic spread from flagship to vanguard. The humans were not just striking, they were orchestrating chaos with surgical precision. On board the human warship Dauntless, Captain Alara Vance watched the holomap. Red blips showed disorganized enemy ships. Green blips marked their own fleet's support vessels, hidden in nearby asteroid field. "Target the command cruisers first," she ordered. "They must understand the cost of underestimating humanity." Lieutenant Jaren Kor activated the railgun arrays. Streams of energy tore through the enemy vanguard, obliterating cruisers and shattering destroyers. Smaller vessels collided in confusion, debris scattering across the void like stars being born and dying in an instant. From the alien flagship Imperius, Admiral Krell screamed in disbelief. "They're anticipating everything. How? One human ship? This is impossible." Jaren smirked. "Predictable patterns. Overconfidence. They assume numbers make them invincible. They don't account for human ingenuity." The human warship executed a series of rapid microjumps, weaving between asteroid fields and planetary debris. Each jump positioned Dauntless to strike critical points of the alien formation. A single shot disabled the alien fleet's communications hub, leaving their remaining ships unable to coordinate. Chaos deepened. Support human ships emerged from hidden positions, attacking weak points and creating traps. Entire squadrons were funneled into ambush zones where mines, automated railguns, and energy nets tore them apart. Alien fleets, confident in their superiority, had walked directly into a storm of precision fire. Jaren activated a secondary protocol. Long-range hacking pulses targeted the alien shields, causing misfires and collisions among their own ship. The flagship's shields flickered, destroyers spiraled out of control, and dreadnoughts lost synchronization with command signals. Alara's voice remained calm, almost serene. "They thought fear could paralyze us. It cannot. Every move they make will be their undoing." The alien morale collapsed. Retreat orders were ignored or misinterpreted. The warship Dauntless, one vessel against hundreds, had become the symbol of terror for the entire armada. Across the galaxy, sensors recorded the unfolding events, and whispers of the human warship's deadly efficiency spread. Even as more enemy reinforcements jumped into the system, the human fleet anticipated their arrival, striking with the precision of a scalpel rather than brute force. Each alien ship that approached met a calculated, unavoidable fate. Admiral Krell's voice cracked with frustration. "Pull back. Regroup. Do not let them." But the Dauntless had already vanished from sensor grids, preparing for the next strike. The hunt was no longer one-sided. Humanity had turned the tables, and the galaxy began to understand a chilling truth. One human warship was enough to break entire fleets, to reduce numbers to insignificance, and to instill terror in even the most confident alien commanders. The alien fleet reeled from its losses. Hundreds of warships had been reduced to a scattering of damaged vessels. Confusion and panic had replaced coordination, and morale was in freefall. The humans were not merely fighting, they were rewriting the rules of engagement. On the bridge of Dauntless, Captain Alara Vance studied the holographic displays. Clusters of enemy ships drifted toward predicted kill zones, unaware that every movement had been anticipated. "Prepare for the counterattack," she ordered. "We're about to show them why humans are unstoppable." Lieutenant Jaren Kor's fingers flew over the console. Automated decoys were deployed, projecting false signals and masking their movements. Hidden support ships slipped through asteroid fields, positioning themselves behind the enemy. Dauntless would strike from multiple vectors simultaneously. The first salvo hit the rear fleet. Railguns tore through cruisers, energy discharges crippled destroyers, and automated strike drones detonated in precise sequences. The enemy flagship's shields faltered under coordinated attacks, and panic rippled through its crews. Admiral Krell's voice trembled as he attempted to rally his forces. "Focus fire on the human ship. Do not." It was too late. Dauntless struck again, targeting command cruisers and supply vessels critical to fleet coordination. Each strike destabilized the armada further. Ships collided with debris or exploded under railgun fire, leaving survivors scrambling to escape. Jaren activated the next stage of their counterattack. Using intercepted communication signals, they fed false tactical data to the remaining alien vessels, luring them into traps between asteroid belts and energy net. Explosions lit the void as the armada's numbers shrank further. "Sir," Jaren said, scanning the holomap, "their fleet cohesion is gone. They're fleeing or self-destructing. One human ship has shattered 500 warships. Alara allowed herself a small, satisfied smile. This is what the galaxy needed to see. Humanity cannot be underestimated. Even as alien reinforcements attempted to enter the system, they hesitated, aware of the devastation already wrought. Word of the human warship's efficiency had spread across communication channels, sowing fear before the newcomers even arrived. Dauntless moved with lethal grace, striking the final clusters of enemy vessels. One by one, the alien warships either fell or retreated in chaos. The human ship's presence alone had become a psychological weapon. By the end of the battle, the armada was crippled. Command structures destroyed, fleets scattered, and morale shattered. The alien species had underestimated humanity, and the cost was catastrophic. Jaren leaned back in his chair, eyes scanning the wreckage. They sent hundreds to destroy one human, he said quietly. They forgot one thing: humans don't just survive. Humans strike back. The galaxy watched in awe and terror as a single human warship had reshaped the battle. The legend of Dauntless and its crew was only beginning, and the message was clear. Humanity was not to be underestimated. The remnants of the alien armada were scattered and leaderless. Hundreds of warships, once the pride of their empire, now drifted like broken relics across the system. Panic had replaced discipline, and fear gripped every surviving officer. Humanity's single warship had turned the tide, and the galaxy was beginning to take notice. On board Dauntless, Captain Alara Vance studied the holomap. Red blips marked fleeing enemy ships. Green blips showed hidden human support vessels ready to strike. "Target the retreating clusters," she ordered. "We finish this before they regroup." Lieutenant Jaren Kor activated long-range railguns. One by one, alien ships attempting to flee were obliterated before they could exit the system. Dreadnoughts that had once threatened entire planets were reduced to drifting wreckage. Destroyers and frigates collided in chaos, leaving the remnants scattered and crippled. Even the alien flagship, Imperius, was forced into a desperate jump attempt. Jaren calculated the trajectory in seconds and fired a high-velocity rail strike that tore through the hull before the jump could complete. The command center exploded in a blinding flash, leaving the remaining fleet without leadership or cohesion. Admiral Krell's voice, transmitted across the shattered comm network, was filled with disbelief and fear. How one human ship destroyed? Alara cut him off with calm authority. They assumed numbers guaranteed victory. They forgot that humans fight with intelligence, strategy, and resolve. The remaining alien vessels scattered into uncharted space, leaderless and terrified. Humanity had not only survived, they had delivered a decisive lesson. Underestimating humans, even a single warship, would result in total annihilation. Across the galaxy, the story spread. Civilizations that had doubted humanity's strength now watched in awe and terror. One human warship had shattered fleets, broken morale, and demonstrated that human ingenuity could turn any disadvantage into an unstoppable advantage. Jaren turned to Alara. "They'll remember this forever. One ship against hundreds, and they lost everything." Alara's gaze swept the battlefield. "Yes, and the message is clear. Humanity does not surrender. Humanity strikes back. And when we do, the galaxy will remember." The human warship Dauntless and its hidden fleet began to consolidate the system, ensuring no remnants of the alien armada could regroup. The galaxy had witnessed the terrifying efficiency of humanity's strategy, the lethal precision of their technology, and the unshakable courage of a species that refused to be conquered. The moment humanity revealed its power, the alien fleets broke in terror. The legend of Dauntless had only just begun, and the galaxy would never again underestimate a single human warship. The alien survivors fled into the void, their fleets shattered, their command structure destroyed. Entire armadas that had once moved with confidence were now nothing more than drifting wreckage, scattered across the system. Humanity had not only survived, They had proven its dominance with a single warship. On board the Dauntless, Captain Alara Vance surveyed the holomap. Red blips indicated fleeing enemy ships. Green blips marked human support vessels securing the system. Every enemy maneuver had been anticipated, every strike calculated. Humanity's precision and strategy had turned what should have been an impossible battle into a complete victory. Lieutenant Jaron Kor leaned back in his chair, scanning the aftermath. They sent hundreds of ships to eliminate one human, he said quietly. They underestimated us, and they paid the price. The human crew sent out a galaxy-wide broadcast, a clear warning to all civilizations. Let this be a lesson to any who think to challenge humanity. Underestimating us, even a single human, will bring total and precise retaliation. Earth endures, and humanity prevails. Across the galaxy, the tale of the human warships spread like wildfire. Systems that had doubted humanity's strength now whispered in fear. One ship, piloted by a human crew, had shattered fleets, broken morale, and demonstrated a terrifying truth. Intelligence, adaptability, and courage could turn the smallest force into an unstoppable weapon. Alara stood on the bridge, gazing at the stars. They'll remember this for centuries, she said. One human warship against the galaxy's armadas. And they lost everything. Jaron smiled. The galaxy needed to learn this. Humans don't surrender. Humans fight. And when we strike with precision and resolve they cannot match. The legend of Dauntless and its crew was now cemented in the galaxy's memory. Alien fleets would think twice before challenging humanity. One human warship had not only changed the course of this battle, it had sent a warning that would echo across the stars for generations. Humanity had proven its unshakable resolve. Even against impossible odds, a single warship, a single crew, and a single human mind could turn the tide of war. The galaxy had learned a lesson it would never forget. Humans endure, humans strike, and humans prevail.